The ANC has finally broken its silence on former President Jacob Zuma. Secretary-General of the party, Fikile Mbalula, says just as the governing party had survived an exodus of its leaders to the Congress of the People, it will also survive Zuma's snubbing. He was speaking during a site visit at Mbombela Stadium in Mpumalanga, where the party will host its 112th birthday celebration next Saturday. Last month in Soweto, the 81-year-old statesman announced that he will neither vote for or campaign for the ANC, adding that he will vote for the newly registered uMkhonto Sizwe party. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo has this report.
The ANC survived when a handful of its senior leaders jumped ship, joining COPE in 2008. It will also survive having its former president Jacob Zuma endorse another party. These were the emboldened utterances made by the governing party's Secretary-General, Fikile Mbalula. He was addressing the media on his party's readiness to host its 112th birthday celebrations at the Mbombela Stadium next week.
When Mbeki was removed as a president, angry ANC members went to form COPE. They were dissatisfied about President Zuma. And then they formed COPE. President Zuma today tells us that he's not happy about President Ramaphosa. He formed MK. We don't know what will follow tomorrow when somebody else comes in to lead the African National Congress. But we have survived.
Mbalula took the opportunity to remind Zuma, who has been crisscrossing the country, decampaigning his successor's administration, of his own failings. He says, if it wasn't for Zuma's shortcomings, the EFF would not have risen to prominence.
EFF rose from a mere party of no percent to 10% during his term as the president because of Ngandla, because of a state capture and the Guptas, and became a bigger party. So that is what has happened.
According to the ANC Secretary-General, the party's National Executive Committee convening in Mpumalanga has committed to not sweeping the matter under the carpet, but to hold Zuma accountable for his actions.
The NEC have directed that we will reflect on President Zuma and the statements he has made, and his endeavors to launch or to establish MK party, which has been registered as a political party. We will deal with that matter at length and in depth.
Beyond the internal dynamics threatening to derail the party's campaign ahead of this year's national and provincial elections, Mbalula said governance challenges would also likely be used to decampaign his party.
And we know that load shedding is being used and is going to be used in the campaign against the ANC government. And in this particular instance, it is against that background that it is in our interest, not only for an election, but for South Africa as a whole, that we deal with this matter.
Despite the load-shedding challenges facing the governing ANC and its own former president Jacob Zuma also campaigning for the newly formed uMkhonto Sizwe, the ANC still hopes that when it celebrates its 112th birthday, it's going to fill up this Mbombela Stadium. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo in Mbombela.